Hello, everyone, and welcome to the first edition of Talk It Out Tuesday. My name is Anissa Mae. I am the co-creator of Valued and Virtuous, and I have with me tonight my other half of the creator of Valued and Virtuous, my daughter, if you hadn't guessed. I think she's my twin, right? Tatijana. And we're just going to introduce ourselves and just chat with you a few about Valued and Virtuous and Live Life Bare. I wanted to have this first edition be about Valued and Virtuous and Live Life Bare. We're the co-creators, as I mentioned. We started this a couple of years ago, and it was kind of at when COVID was really kind of coming around. So you can imagine life and COVID and life and COVID and life. As they say, life be lifing. We just really kind of got off track, but I had it on my heart, and God said, just start, just start. And so I've been doing some posts, but I wanted to start a Talk It Out Tuesday. And as I mentioned, my first guest is my twin, my daughter, Tatijana. And Tatijana, go ahead and introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about Live Life Bare and what it's all about.
Hi, everybody. Yes, so Live Life Bare is an extension of Valued and Virtuous. Valued and Virtuous has set off to, um, connect women through fellowship with God and just, having a place, a safe space to be honest about their walks with God and not feel judged, a place of community. And so I branched off and created Live Life Bare, which is an extension of that. It's for men and women. I created it essentially for millennials, people my age, late 20s, early 30s, that are having a relationship with God in the digital day and age. It's hard to do, especially when you are so overwhelmed with, entertainment and comparison. And, you know, it's just there's so much access to information these days. And trying to maintain a walk with God in, this day and age, it's hard. And I just wanted to create a space where I can be open and honest and transparent about that. And, you know, have people, again, have a safe space where people can talk, feel seen, feel heard, and not be afraid to, tackle those hard conversations that, the church often sweeps under the rug because we're supposed to be Christian. So that's essentially why I created Live Life Bare.
I think I think we both had the same thought. And, when we created Valued and Virtuous, like I thought of, of course, because you're thinking Valued and Virtuous woman,
Mm-hmm.
that Psalms 31 woman, but it has grown into, I really just want to reach people. And I think the biggest thing that I want to just do is just have some positivity. Because, I am not a perfect Christian. I wouldn't even profess it. The only perfect is God, right? Our
Mm-hmm.
creator, but I am admittedly a perfectionist. So even with my walk with God, I had such a hard time even really saying, I'm going to do this thing now, because I always felt like it had to be done a certain way. And that's the platform that I wanted to create with Valued and Virtuous, was just, you know what? He values us. And virtuous, what does that really mean? You know what I mean? Because, no one is perfect. No one is pure. No one is never going to sin. And I just wanted people to know that, like, he accepts you right where you are. And you might
Mm-hmm.
have a bad day where that lovely word might drop out. Hello, I'm guilty of that. During traffic. Um, but I'm still going to get back up. I'm still going to be loved by him. He's not going to throw me out the window because I slip. You slip, you get up, you get up. That's the biggest thing. And that's what I
Mm-hmm.
wanted to really just create in this environment. And, for Live Life Bare, and, as we're kind of really just starting this off, what would you say, you know, like in one sentence, kind of why you created it. I know you gave that explanation, but what would you want people to know about it in that one sentence?
I would say that I created Live Life There to be open and honest about what a true walk with God looks like,
Yeah,
and not the theatrical version that, the church often pushes. Once you've said that prayer and, they call you to the altar and they give you a Bible and they're like, oh, talk to these people. And then, they kind of push this agenda that once you accept God, that everything's perfect. You're never going to cuss again. You're never going to, have sex out of marriage. You're never going to, and it's not, that's not it at all. To truly walk with God is a process, and it's an everyday decision. Um, because recognizing God in your life, like growing up in church, and then actually being adult and having that moment where you make the decision, okay, God, I'm going to let you be the head of my life, are two different moments.
yeah,
And it is a daily decision that you have to wake up and be, okay, God, I'm giving you today. Because it is a daily process, especially in this day and age. There's, like I said, there's so much access to information and you're overstimulated, you're overwhelmed. And sometimes all you can do is just get through the day. You don't
yeah.
have extra to give to, you know, go out and be a superhero and save the world. Sometimes just getting through the day is enough. But as long as you give God that day, I think that's what's important. So it's a daily process, it's a daily decision to be like, okay, God, here you go. This is what I got today. It's not a, you know, I accepted God in my life and now everything's perfect and I'm never gonna do anything wrong ever again. Because that's not reality. That's not
It is not
that and
reality.
that's yeah,
And
and I think that's a common misconception that the church definitely pushes, is that you have to be perfect once you decide that God's going to be the head of your life. And that's something I try to fight against. Whenever I do get friends that want to talk about God, that are curious about God. I don't think I'm perfect in my walk by any means, but if there's anything I would want someone to say about me, they would be like, she wasn't perfect, but she knew God. She talked about God. And I want people to see my walk with God and see my mistakes and see that I still try to have my relationship with God, because it's not perfection. It's not about perfection. So I definitely, that's something I strive for.
and one last 3 words that describe Tatiana.
Um, oh boy. Okay. Um, I would say genuine, um, charismatic, and optimistic. Yes.
Optimistic.
I'm a
Okay.
very much half glass full kind of girl.
You are. Growing up, you helped me because I am the very cynical, Jesus is working on me, very cynical person. I am very cynical. And it's something that I struggle with. But again, right? We're
Mhm.
all in this together. And that's what I want people to see and know about Valued and Virtuous, and what I wanted to show people about Live Life Bear, which you've branched out into. I'm super excited about this year and what we're going to do. And, we'll partner together, of course. We haven't left each other. But I'm excited. I'm so thankful that you wanted to join me tonight. Anything for me that you have questions about, or anything I can answer for you? Um, You've known me your whole life.
um, let's see here. What was the defining moment for you where you knew without a shadow of a doubt that God had his hand in your life?
Um, I got saved when I was 13. So I feel like I felt such a strong pull, but life be lifing.
Mhm.
And as a young
Be life in.
girl, you and your friends are not going to church, and it's not popular, right? So like, and I've off and on, rededicated my life again, falling and getting back up. But it really stuck, you know, probably right before we moved from Florida to Georgia, right?
Mhm,
And so it's been about 13 years, and I just said, okay, I'm not perfect. It's not going to be perfect. Stop overthinking it. And
mhm,
I knew that he would honor that. And he has. And, um, I haven't always been good at it. Again, hello, I'm the anger management class in traffic. But I just know that he does have his hand on my life. And, I think even more so, transparently, and it's on our story. When I had you, at 20, I just thought my life was over. But he has continued to show me that he is there, and he has shown up time after time for you and I, as you were growing up. And I just am thankful, and just know that, just to feel him, but that defining walk was about 13 years ago, and I don't regret it. I'm not perfect, which is why I wanted to talk about it and create Valued and Virtuous, because I was that person that thought I had to be perfect, and I realized he just wants you. He just wants you present. He just
mhm,
wants you to just walk with him. I
mhm,
talk to him like he's my best friend, and I wanted to make sure that you understood that and that you knew him for yourself. And I'm so thankful that you have your own relationship. That's the beauty of how I see his work in my life, is when I look at you and see that you have your own walk. You don't rely on me, and you have your own opinion, and you're like, I'm going to do this. And I love it. And I love that I see his hand in both of our lives. And so I'm excited. I don't know if you have anything else. I'm excited, Valued and Virtuous family, for you to join me every Tuesday. Sometimes I'll be by myself, and sometimes I'll have a guest. I'm just grateful that my twin was able to join me today on Taco Tuesday, as she said. But
Yep,
we're
bring your
gonna
tacos next time. Give the
bring your
people something to
tacos
look
next
forward to
time.
on Tuesday.
But we're so excited for Talking Out Tuesday, and we hope that you join us. But again, if it's just one, if that one person is who we reach, then I feel like I have done what God wanted me to do. I don't
Mhm,
need millions. If it works
yep,
out that way, great. But I just want to do what he wants me to do. So I don't want
mhm,
anyone left behind on my watch. So
yep.
thanks, everyone.